So just give you a little bit of update of what happened today. Well, this morning I decided to do some abs and cardio in the gym in the hotel. That was about, I don't know, about 5 o'clock this morning. Did my usual red light therapy, a little bit of meditation, a little bit of earthing. Had breakfast, which was egg whites and oats, and then went to train Hrithik. So went to Hrithik's place, sat down, chatted with him for a while he was stretching and whatnot, got the supplements together, and we went to the gym, not in his home gym, an outside gym, because I needed to take advantage of some equipment because he's actually injured his wrist, which is like a freak accident, nothing really workout related. We were limited, obviously. I couldn't have him holding dumbbells to do his side raises or anything like that, so we went to an outside gym that had a lateral raise machine where you didn't have to use your hands, you just use the backs of your arms. Then we put on like an ankle cuff halfway up his forearm for him to do then some more side raises. We did the rear raises on this side raise machine, so again he only had to use the back of his arms. For the front delts, he was lying face down with his forearm being utilized in the cuff to do unilateral front raises. And then we did some abs, and then we went, this was the exciting bit, on the way back we went to the cinema to watch the teaser of his upcoming movie. And I tell you what, like, people are honestly probably going to think I'm biased because, of course, Hrithik's my friend, he's my client, and I'm like, yeah, of course he was really good. But I'm very neutral when it comes to things like that. You know, I'm not a fan of all the Bollywood movies, of course. But, you know, I loved him in Gazarish. I thought, man, that is Oscar worthy. Anyway, in this movie, he has the same, if not more, actually, more of a menacing look about him. You know, I assume he's like the bad guy, but he appears like the guy that you're going to root for. You know, I was blown away. And we watched that teaser, I think 4 times, and every time I loved it. I was so excited. I was like, when does this come out? That's coming out September 20th. So I will definitely be going to watch to the premiere to that. It looks absolutely phenomenal. So here I am in Mumbai, doing a little bit of food shopping. So this is a place called Nature's Basket. This is one of the places that I used to go to many years ago. It's moved locations now. This one in Mumbai, you know, there's a lot of things that have changed since I came here the last time. You know, now I'm looking that there's protein bread here, you know, that never existed before. And what is good, Nature's Basket used to have like lots of bad food, and that's what was a little bit weird, called Nature's Basket. However, the majority of it now is all clean. Let's see what else have we got here. Unfortunately, same as anywhere else, there's loads of refined vegetable oils, but you still got a lot of cold pressed olive oils, which is good. And then we've got like the typical sugary cereal sections here. But of course, these are just gonna be an insulin spike waiting to happen. Let's have a look what we got here. We got loads of fruit juices. Let's see, in here, in this small thing, you've got like 16 grams of sugar in that one, which isn't as bad as like the green machine that you'd get in the US. But now they have protein RTDs. I think they've got kombuchas here as well, which I never used to really have. So it's really good to see that India is really advanced when it comes to a lot of the foods that you see here. Now, of course, this isn't your quote-unquote traditional Indian supermarket, but there's plenty of them around, and hopefully one of these days I'll pop in there, have a goosey gander, and show you what else they got. So I've just finished doing cardio at Hrithik's place now, and I'm just, putting him through cardio. Now I'm having a walk around the streets here. These are like the little streets that you'll find here that, you know, they don't really have any sidewalks or anything, so you've got to be very careful where you go. It's usually down these side alleys you'll find some of the more traditional Indian foods and produce and fruit and all that sort of stuff. You see people sewing textiles on the side of the road. And look at that. Hello. And there's the main man, my client there. So while I'm here in India, even though I am working with my client, Hrithik, I do have a lot of other obligations, mostly overseas. So I do have to take time out every day to get some computer work done, either in my room or whenever I have the possibility or the opportunity, I come outside, just try to get some fresh air next to the ocean here. I got some tunes busting out in the background, and when the monsoon, which is a monsoon season, like it was pissing down with the rain earlier, I still have this coverage. So it's good to be outside because it is still relatively warm, and just enjoy the outdoors as much as I possibly can, because training myself indoors, training the client indoors, and doing cardio indoors with him as well. There's a lot of time indoors, so I try to get out as much as I possibly can. Right, mixing together my intro workout now because I was a little bit late drinking my stim-free pre-workout. My intro workout at the moment, as I've explained before, is a scoop of amino synergy. That's my fermented essential amino acids and electrolytes, and 1 scoop of BCAAs, fermented BCAAs, so I can get extra anabolism, especially from the leucine during this workout. Natural flavors, natural colors, organic, fermented, patented ingredients. If we're part of the health and fitness industry, then why the fuck do supplement companies make supplements that aren't healthy? So I started off with straight arm pull downs to begin with, about 15 to 20 reps. Wasn't really, going heavy there. I was just trying to activate the lats a little bit before going on to the bent over rows with a reverse grip to really target the lats. Everything was around 12 repetitions except for shrugs. I did 20 to 25 repetitions there. I always do that to take the pressure off my spine. And then I went onto the bent over row with a normal grip to target more the traps. And then I went on to deadlifts. So I don't do deadlifts much, but I'll do it every so often whenever it tickles my fancy. And today it tickled me, so I thought, fuck it, I'll do it. And then I moved on to shins, and I went onto the lat pull down and did a single drop set on there. So I just went to failure with the stack, which I think was around 12 repetitions. And then I did about 7 or 8 repetitions after I dropped it, I believe. And that was it. So I always have in a Ziploc bag, because I'm walking around with so many bags here. So I have in a Ziploc bag 1.5 scoops of recaged. And I also have 1 scoop of creatine HCl added to it immediately post-workout to recover from this. Usually I'll do biceps paired with back, but I'm so short on time. Today I decided what I'm going to do is pair up biceps and triceps together. I think tomorrow I would usually have chest and triceps. Instead I may do biceps and triceps, and then the following day do chest. I'll make up my mind tomorrow. As I said, I'm quite instinctive. So to ensure that I recover for that workout, I start off by having this immediately. And then in about 15 minutes time, I'll have my Pride Foods Rice Krispie bar. I'll have that on the way back to the hotel, and then I'll get my meal ready and eat that before I have my next phone call. Back in my room, I'm just getting ready for this call here now, but before I do, I just wanted to say this while it's fresh in my mind. So quite often you see people on the street that have no money, that are begging, knocking on your windows of the car at the traffic lights. And today on the way back, and this is a common occurrence, but it may be shocking for some of you, I saw people today with limbs missing, acid burns, and 3 people, if you want to call it 3, but one girl came up to the window, and she must have been 5 years old, maybe five, possibly 6 at the most, came up to the window, knocking on the window. She's holding a baby, is so saddening, so saddening. So I gave her a meal, one of my meals. It was like chicken and rice, and then another woman came up to my car. She came up to the car. She must have been about early 20s. So I gave her, a container of oatmeal that I had that I was going to eat later. But I got plenty of meals here. That's not the thing. But it's just, oh man, it's heart-wrenching. It's freaking heart-wrenching. And for people in India, I know that you see it here all the time, and I saw it here for the entire 3 years, nearly 4 years that I was living here. It didn't impact me as much as it does now. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I'm older. Then I just tried to ignore it. Of course, I try to, you can't help everybody, but you'd give them a little bit something every now and again. But now I'm like, fuck, you want to help everybody, It's so, man, it's tough, man. It's tough. It's a little bit noisy in here, I'm afraid, guys. There's nothing I can do about that. But I just spent my time in here doing a little bit of reading. Been doing a little bit of work. Only had like an hour spare, if that actually, about 40 minutes. So I just came down here, do a little bit of that before I head back to Hrithik. So I'm going to go back there now to put him through cardio. Sorry, I'm covering up half of this. I'm going to put him through cardio now. But the book that I'm reading is called The Mental Toughness Handbook, and it's really, really good. And I'm in a bit now called The 10 Benefits of Becoming Mentally Tough, and I freaking love it. All right, so this is the cafeteria inside the hotel. We got like a bookstore there, and I like to hide behind this little pillar here so no one recognizes me. All right, I better go.